Nerd alert!
The fuck is this?
It's our fantasy baseball draft.
Your fantasy what?
It's our draft.
You know, like the general manager of a baseball team.
If you only knew the power.
Championship.
Hey, how's everyone doing out there? Welcome to a Wordhole Media presentation of Major League A-Holes Fantasy Special. Fantasy Baseball Special, to be exact. I'm Pete.
This is not the fantasy basketball special,
No.
Fortunately.
Or
yes. Welcome to the third, not annual, but third ever Major League A-Holes Fantasy Special, as we are about to embark on our 20th fantasy baseball draft.
That's so crazy.
History.
That is crazy.
Started in 2004. You and I actually tied for the championship that year. We were too dumb to figure out tiebreakers back then.
Yeah, so we just split it?
Yeah, I guess.
I think we did.
Big money back then. We had 12 teams in the league. Probably were paying $40 a piece or something.
Yeah.
We're getting close to draft time. So let's explain this real quick. We are a 5x5 Roto League, AL only this year because we're down to 6 owners. 6 teams is all. So this is going to be a fast draft, 60 seconds max between picks. We only have 6 teams, so I think we're going to be done in just over an hour. We are 5x5 Roto. We don't do average. We actually do OPS. And instead of saves, we do saves plus holds, which brings in middle relievers as they've become so much more important in the game of baseball. We thought our league should reflect that. So you actually brought up a good rule change this year for us. We have to have 6 starters and 3 relief pitchers.
That's right.
Roster, where we used to do 9 pitchers of any sort. And
less than 30 seconds.
People such as myself used to exploit that and load up on all starters and punt the saves and holds category to some success. So we've eliminated that loophole. Yeah, I've got the number 3 pick. What pick are you?
5.
Number 5. So we are going to be
the champion pick.
Yes.
5.
You've got your
4, 3, 2, 1.
Our buddy Sam with the first pick. He's on the clock. Did he already pick?
No, I had the Jose Ramirez with the first pick.
Wow, I was not
good.
Expecting that.
That is a good pick, though.
I was thinking Aaron Judge might be the first, but
I really thought he was, especially starting his first at bat, crushing the ball, 2 RBIs, off to a fast start, looking like he picked up right where he left off. Boom whackers are on the clock.
That would be Joe Konopik. Konopik's little brother.
For you fan club, Joe Konopik fan club folks, just so you know, he is the Boomwhackers.
I
might know him as Ref Joe.
Yeah, he might be reffing a hockey game.
Yeah, Joe sometimes is late to the draft.
He is really thinking about this second pick.
Yeah, he was not expecting Jose Ramirez to be off the board, and now his draft is in shambles.
He's tearing up his draft sheet as we speak. So he's going to use the full 60 seconds. He is not there.
And he is getting Aaron Judge by default. Not so bad. All right. Once Smitty's on the clock and Shohei Ohtani is off the board.
I just drafted a cheat code right there because I can use him to be a starting pitcher on his start days and potentially one of the best hitters in our league.
How does that work in our league?
In our league, it's funny because since Shohei's been in our league, somebody's drafted him that barely pays attention the rest of the year. I think your brother had him last year and just sat him, didn't do anything with it, didn't make any transactions. Our league is limited to 50 transactions per season, which is
correct.
Works out to about 2 moves per week. So it's kind of more like a fantasy football team. You don't have to set your lineup every day with ours. There's no bench in ours, so we missed a couple picks here.
I just missed the last pick. Was Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, that was. I was going to
$10 in a burrito.
I was going to debate between Shohei or Vlad Guerrero. I was hoping I did my pick.
I am on the clock, and I have just drafted Julio Rodriguez.
Oh,
I can't believe I got Julio Rodriguez, but I did. So I'm happy. Kyle Tucker just went to what the hell is toilet? What is Texas Chili Runs?
Yes.
John Kanopic just got Kyle Tucker with his first pick. So we get boomerang picks. The question is, will he go double Astro maybe?
He is in Texas these days, so
He went with Bo Bichette, which makes life easy for me.
two former lug nuts off the board already.
I don't think this draft could be going any better for me right now. Jordan Alvarez is a member of my team. This is fantastic. This is exactly kind of how I wanted it to go. I'm happy so far.
We're happy for you.
Obviously, you're happy because you got the guy you wanted at your pick. So, but it's early in the draft. All right, Garrett Cole's off the board. The first pitcher just went off the board to Vit, $10 and a burrito. So
that would be the second pitcher.
I'm sorry. Well, yeah, sorry. The dual threat as off the board, pitcher and hitter, and then Garrett Cole. Yes, the second pitcher. Cy Young candidate is off the board. We now have Smitty is back on the clock. We'll see where he takes this draft. What direction?
I'm struggling here with the second pick already.
Good Lord, this guy's a mess, folks. He doesn't know what to do. I say go saves. He went with
Rafael
Devers, and then Joe, who's on auto pick, got Bobby Witt Jr. So we're back all the way to the first pick. This draft may be over by 1:30. Mike Trout goes to Tugs.
I saw Mike Trout sitting there, and I just could not bring myself to draft not one but two Angels with my first two picks. So that's why I went the Devers route. That may prove to be a mistake, but
we're waiting for Cork Tugs' second pick. Note, this could be the longest he's gone without picking a White Sox player, but I think I'm thinking Dylan Cease could be
Dylan Cease is definitely on the radar.
It's got to be on the radar. Let's see what happens here. No, Jake DeGrom. He does not go with the homer pick. This is crazy. Marcus Simeon is quickly off the board.
Oh, that was going to take him right there, actually. That's tough.
Well, that's where the auto draft fucks you because, it's just picking based on the rankings, not based on maybe what your team really needs. Although it is early, so you kind of need everybody. Corey Seager to Smitty.
I'm going with Seager. I'm filling out my infield
as
quickly as I can.
Quickly, Dylan Cease went to $10
there he
and a
goes.
burrito. All right, the ball is in my court. Well, I think I'm gonna take Tampa Bay pitcher Shane McClellan. So we got my first starting pitcher. So we got a little run on pitching so far. We got middle infielders and pitchers going off the board. I'm trying to get my outfield closed out by the 7th round. Texas Chili Runs is on the clock.
I just got a note here that Joe is struggling with the app, cannot log in with the app.
Okay. Randy Arozarena is just went off the board to Texas Chili Runs. And then Shane Bieber is off the board, which makes me draft. I'm going to make the first homer pick, Luis Robert Jr.
Wow.
Julio Rodriguez, Alvarez, Luis Robert Jr. in the outfield. I'm tickled. Just tickled. All right. $10 in burrito. Do we want to pause it after your pick? Or do you want to pause it right before your pick? Because it's going to auto pick him again. Or no?
Pause what?
The draft to see if he can get in, or
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
We're not changing anything for somebody who can't log into the goddamn app.
Yeah, he forgot his password. He should probably just do a password reset is my thought. But
should have just tried to get into the draft an hour ago and it was available. All right. So it is my pick once again.
Teoscar Hernandez, outfielder for Seattle this year, is off the board to $10 and a burrito. Smitty goes with Alex Bregman, who I hate. Thanks for taking someone I hate. Cedric Mullins is off the board to Joe, who's struggling to get into the draft.
He's a former champion that can't log into our league.
Yeah, I think he's won champion before too because of auto draft. So
it's quite possible.
Yeah, it's like it's like 2 years ago when 3 years ago when I won the football league, Tanner's football league. It was 3 or 4 years or whatever. I think you won the last 2 years, right? But I won with auto draft.
Football?
Yeah.
I lost in the Super Bowl this year, but I won it last year.
Wow, Court Tugs went with the 15-day IL of Carlos Rodon. That's like a three teams of separation homer pick. Wow, that is way too early as far as I'm concerned. Sorry, Sam, but I just think it's way too early to pick Carlos Rodon, who's already starting the season on the IL.
Yeah, it'd be early if he didn't have an injury issue. So
yeah, probably.
Already. That's crazy. Maybe he doesn't know.
There we go. Carlos Rodon, Eloy Jimenez back-to-back pick, and then Adalos Garcia went to Joe on auto pick. So it's back to you, Smitty. Don't look away.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. This draft special, folks, is probably going to be shorter than a normal podcast.
Yeah, this is flying by. What round are we in already?
Kevin Gosman to Smitty. Great pick.
I just picked up Gosman on our prediction of the world champion Toronto Blue Jays.
All right. Adley Rushman, went to Vit.
We've got a catcher off the board.
Yeah, and he's off to a fast freaking start. So guess it makes sense. Of course, I always can't draft someone based on one ball game. All right. What am I going to do here? Do I do this? I mean, I haven't picked anything else. Why the hell not? All right. I've just drafted George Springer. I'm almost done with my outfield.
How many outfielders do you have already? We have
4.
5 slots.
I have 4.
That's a lot of outfielders. You got some work to do on your infield.
I sure do. I
took the opposite approach. Getting all infielders. How's your proprietary artificial intelligence software working for you?
Well, you see the picks, so you tell me.
They don't follow what I would do, but yeah, I'm not sure what that means.
All right. Kanopik went with Dalton Varsho, another catcher off the board.
I was looking at him. There's a run on catchers.
Yeah. Let's see. With his second pick, he gets the back-to-back Texas Chili runs. Hopefully he doesn't get the Texas Chili runs during this draft because he's going to miss probably most of it then.
He did have 2 monitors, a headset, and everything else he sent us a picture of before the draft started, which was very impressive.
Jordan Romano, the first closer, is off the board. I am going with Christian Javier as my second starting pitcher of the Houston Astros. I've got a couple Astros now.
A lot of Texas players have gone. Texas and Houston players have gone quick.
Let's see here. We got.
Speaking of, I believe your White Sox are starting right now, aren't they? In Houston.
Yes. Tim Anderson is already on base.
Wow,
that didn't take long. Lewis Robert Jr., also part of the Sticky Stash team, which I still haven't come up with that new name yet. Sorry, Smitty. is up to
Too late.
bat. I'll
Who's
just
pitching for you guys today?
one Lucas Giolito.
Bounce back year for Gio.
I feel like it's going to be, but it's Lance Lynn is off the board. Jeez.
Wow. Slapdick motherfucker.
Yeah. It's to you, rebuild.
Yes, I'm the Motor City rebuild this year. That's all we do.
Emmanuel Clase, great closers off the board to Smitty.
I had him as the number 1 closer, so I was surprised to get him as the second closer off the board. But
Alec Manoa just went to Joe's Auto Pick, as we're calling. That's his new name, Joe's Auto Pick. So like an auto lot.
Monster Joe's Truck and Tow.
Monster Joe's Auto Pick. Hey, Cork Tugs on the clock for back-to-back, which means it's going to come to you after that second pick is going to come to you rapid fire again.
It's true.
It is a 2-2 count on Lewis Robert. As we wait here, Cork Tugs is using every little second. He's got 10 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Is it a Luis Castillo auto pick?
You may have left the building.
Oh, all that time for Jose Abreu and Framber Valdez to go back-to-back. Luis Castillo quickly goes to Joe's Auto Picks. So that comes up to Smitty.
Interesting. Going with Wander Franco here.
Oh,
I think he's going to have a bounce back season after a down injured year. Too much talent.
Wander Franco.
I'm definitely strong up the middle with
you are strong up the middle.
Seager and now Franco, my shortstop and middle infielder. Second base, I noticed, is very thin, considering Marcus Semien was by far the highest ranked second baseman. He went very early. Altuve breaking his thumb really hurt that whole part of the draft. So at least in the American League.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Carlos.
Something happened.
Brandon Lowe just went to $10 and a burrito. So it's back to me. What will I do?
What do you got here?
What do I got here?
Who are you looking at?
I'm looking at maybe Robbie Ray. He's good for over 200 Ks. I think I like that. I think I'm going to go there. I'm going Robbie Ray. I'm going to eventually get to other position players, but not yet.
The artificial intelligence is telling you to wait.
Yes. The artificial intelligence is telling me to do something I refuse to do.
I'm sorry, Dave. I cannot do that.
After I picked Robbie Ray, Gunnar Henderson went to Texas Chili Runs. And then
Wow.
Jeremy Pena went to Texas Chili Runs.
Okay.
Which means I'm going to draft Tim Anderson.
Wow.
So yeah, that's not what it was telling me to do. It's telling me to draft Byron Buxton, but
that would be a bad idea.
I can't do it. I mean, I feel like every year these computer systems believe he's going to be healthy. Hey, Matt Chapman just went to $10 and a burrito. So infielders are starting to fly off the board. Salvador Perez to Midtown Boone. Oh, wait, before that, your Motor City rebuild. I missed that.
Yeah.
Who did you take? Oh, you took the phenom last year, Vinny Pasquanito. Right? Is that the right way you say that?
Pasquantino, I believe.
Yeah, Pasquantino. I was trying to read the writing.
It's not easy. There's a lot of consonants and vowels in there.
Pasquantino.
I need a first baseman.
A meatball. Yeah, so Salvatore Perez is gone. So the three top catchers, I would say, are probably off the board now.
Yep.
So Cork Tugs is on the clock again for back-to-backs, which if he doesn't pick anyone who I see in the ESPN queue, it will mean that in the immediate ESPN queue that Joe's going to end up with Ryan Presley or George Kirby. Jose Altuve and Byron Buxton. And then Ryan Presley, as I predicted. So it's back to you, Smitty. So Altuve and Buxton to Cork Tugs. Jose Altuve, injured second baseman for the Houston Astros. Byron Buxton, often injured outfielder for the Minnesota Twins. Fuck them. And then Ryan Presley, closer for Houston. To Midtown Boomwhackers, Joe's auto
I'm going
pick.
with Stephen Kwan, outfielder. My first outfielder.
A little balance there.
I've got my infield all set except for second base and catcher. So there wasn't anything I was willing to jump up for. So Stephen Kwan fell to me. I'm not really happy to have a Guardian on my roster, but what can you do?
What can you do?
Sometimes you just got to let those things go.
You do. Gotta let some of those Guardians, get some of those Guardians on your team. Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the River, right? Is that what that bullshit is?
Guardians of Traffic.
Of Traffic, yes.
There's
Okay.
statues on some bridge someplace in Cleveland that they named their whole franchise after. I believe they just named it because it was very close to Indians. They could save on signage costs by just taking off the IN and adding a GUAR.
I agree with that. $10 and Burrito being forced to go with relievers this year has picked Felix Bautista.
Wow.
Closer for Baltimore. So I am on the clock now. And I'm going to go with a gentleman who, as a term of endearment, was referred to as Nestor the Molester.
Cortez. Oh, no. No. Yeah, I think we made... Did we make that guy an asshole of the week for saying that? I don't think we did.
Well, I don't think we did because
shit you couldn't make up, maybe?
Yeah, it's the shit you couldn't make up. Like, do you know what you're saying?
I mean, that's such a second grade joke.
Texas Chili Runs just went with Nathaniel Lowe, Texas first baseman.
A lot of Texas.
Rangers first base. I mean, he's all in. Is he just not? Does he not even follow the Cubs anymore? I mean, I know we can't draft Cubs in this draft, but
I don't know.
He's all in. Andres Jimenez just went to him. This is the first real pick where I was kind of like had him on my radar to do some patrolling of second base for me.
Yeah, this is where we get to the thin part of an AL only league.
Well, I think I'm going to keep going on the starting pitcher route and go with George Kirby from the Seattle Mariners, who will be in the playoffs this year. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we just did our prediction show last episode of In the Hole, and I think we both agreed that Seattle will be in the playoffs again. We agreed on just about everything.
Yeah,
which was very annoying.
Yeah, again. It's almost like, there we are, like being sensible and thinking about things actually. Oh, as we were chatting here, Carlos Correa, thank you very much, went to $10 and a burrito.
Yeah, he was at the top of my list for a while. I was not interested in taking that. So
yeah, I bypassed him for Tim Anderson. I feel like it's the better pick. Sox did not score in the top of the first, and Houston also has their leadoff man on. So.
Bunch of picks just came off the board.
Yes, we got Tristan McKenzie on the 15 IL to an auto pick. Or you had Anthony Santander, who was on my short list, but I have too many outfielders.
It's a lot of Baltimore Orioles have already been drafted. This might be unprecedented in our league.
Kenley Jansen to the Boston closer to Cork Tugs, followed by Logan Gilbert, the Seattle starter, Anthony Volpe to Midtown Boomwhackers, and Josh Bell, the now Guardian. Is this your second Guardian?
Yeah, it's a lot of Guardians.
First baseman to Smitty.
Sox killer, Josh Bell.
Yeah, it's a new season.
I think he's going to be really annoying, but I'm going to take advantage of that.
John Carlos Stanton to $10 in a burrito. He's going for the all IL team now in his last couple picks. All right. What am I going to do here? Oh, man. I don't want to do that.
Why don't you tell us what you're thinking? We are doing a podcast here.
I know. Like you know.
What didn't you want to do there?
I'm not going to pick another outfielder yet because I have 4 of the 5 slots filled. Although the goal is, of course, to draft the team that's going to score the most points. I'm on the 10th. I went with MJ Melendez as my first catcher.
Oh yeah, I had him on my list someplace.
So there we go, MJ Melendez. Hello. All right, so that puts Texas Chili Runs with back-to-back picks as we're already in the 12th round.
Halfway through this draft.
We're halfway through the draft at 123. That's 23 minutes. This I'll tell you what, folks, if you want to have a baseball league but want to be able to just have a regular day, do a 6-team AL only draft.
And only give 60 seconds on the clock. I think we used to have 2 minutes, and that was just stupid.
Taylor Ward, outfielder for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, has went to Texas Chili Runs. He's gotten his second pick now. As we wait,
I'm looking at my roster here. I've been pretty balanced so far. I've got a couple outfielders. My infield is pretty much set. I'm struggling with catchers. One weird thing about our league is we have 2 starting catchers. Yes. And there are like 4 good American League catchers, essentially. So I'm not sure how that is going to work.
This will be important news to you. Riley Green has gone to the Texas Chili Runs.
First Tiger off the board, Riley Green. That's not surprising.
No, not at all. All right. Let's see. Let's see what I'm going to do here.
Oh, this is your pick.
This is my pick.
What's your thought process here?
I'm thinking first baseman here.
Solid strategy. I filled my...
So it's between Rizzo, Mountcastle, and Vaughn. Oh, geez. The clock's ticking down.
Ooh. I think that's a clear choice, but what'd you do?
Andrew Vaughn.
All right. I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah,
mistake.
Well, I probably should have went Ryan Mountcastle, to be honest.
Oh, just dissing Rizzo.
No, not completely, but I think might get a little bit extra. Let me look here. It's kind of even. Mountcastle might get you a little bit more RBI wise, but
yeah. I just drafted Alejandro Kirk, who I was surprised was still on the board at catcher.
Yeah, okay, wait a minute. A bunch of shit just happened.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfroe went to $10 in a burrito. You drafted Alejandro Kirk, great catcher.
He looks like a fire hydrant.
For this second tier of catchers we've gone into now,
yeah.
He's at the top of that list.
I'm happy to get him this late.
Ahmad Rosario, not a bad auto pick, went to Joe. Then Joe Ryan went to Cork Tugs along with Lucas Giolito. So the top 3 pitchers from the White Sox are off the board, followed by Clay Holmes. I believe that's a closer for the Yankees. I don't know. Just he's a relief pitcher, went to Midtown Boomwhackers. So put Smitty on the board.
Oh my God, I'm up.
Yeah, you've got 12 seconds.
Jesus. Well, Pablo Lopez. That was the pitcher from Miami who got traded to
Yes.
the Twins that we
The
couldn't
Twins
remember
who
his
need-
name in the last
Yes.
podcast.
That's a good pick. If he brings up the Miami mojo and the Twins don't find a way to ruin them. Seth Brown to $10 in a burrito of the lowly. Is that the first A drafted?
It's quite possible.
I think
I bet you it is. It might be the only.
Yeah, I think it might be. All right, I'm gonna go. Well, let me just double check this. What's going on over here? That's about all the same. All right. I am going with back-to-back first baseman. I'm going Anthony Rizzo, the Riz.
Oh, you got him and Vaughn. Nice work.
Yeah. You got to have some Yankees on your team, right? When you can't get Aaron Judge, got to get some of those guys who should see some decent pitches.
So my roster is getting filled up here. I've got one empty catcher slot that I might wait quite some time for. I've got 3 empty outfielder slots.
Scott Barlow, relief pitcher, closer for the Royals, is it? Went to Texas Chili Runs. So some good times there.
I've got 3 empty outfielder, 3 empty starters, 2 empty relievers, and a catcher. Second base is also a black hole. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have to address that somehow.
Eugenio Suarez, third base.
Eugenio Suarez.
Is that how you say that?
Former Tiger, yes.
I like to say Eugenio.
Eugenio. Hey, Eugenio.
Eugenio.
No, close.
That's
I believe he is Hispanic, not Italian.
On the south side, it's Eugenio Suarez. Okay, so third baseman, Seattle, went to Texas Chili Runs. I'm going to draft Andres Munoz, closer for Seattle. Boom.
That's a solid move.
$10, my first closer. Javier Baez to $10 in a burrito, not even like hesitating.
There's a run on Tigers.
Yeah, geez. The Tiger contingent is pounding their fists and saying, we want to be heard.
I think my strategy from now on is just to draft the most unpronounceable players to make you try to pronounce who I just drafted.
That's rude.
You're just not going to do it?
I'm not going to do it. All right. Luis Servino. Oh, you didn't. Mazataki Yoshida from Boston.
There you go.
That's look at that.
I could do.
Well, I mean, that's like easy. It's pretty easy, that one, compared to Eugenio. Luis Servino went to auto pick. Gleyber Torres to Cork Tugs. I guess that dream's over for me. Crazy Eyes Killers is still available at second. Jorge Polanco, as I like to call him. He's got the man when he's up there, his eyes look like they're gonna fucking pop out of his head.
Who's this?
Jorge Polanco for the Twins.
Oh, that's right.
Crazy Ass Killers. What do we got? All right, we got
big picks.
Jose Miranda to Cork Tugs, first base, third base, DH, and then Tristan Casas, the rookie first baseman for Boston, went to auto pick Joe. So it's to rebuild.
I think you can pronounce DJ LeMahieu.
DJ LeMahieu.
I kind of reached there, but I really wanted to fill my second base slot because there is, like I said, a black hole for the American League at second base.
Black hole sun. Jason Adams, closer for Tampa Bay, went to $10 in a burrito.
I do think LeMahieu's past his prime, but if I can get a second baseman that late, I think it might be okay. He was hurt quite a bit last year, so if he can be healthy, I'm going to be pretty happy with that one.
Yeah.
What round are we in now?
We are in round 16, and I'm on the clock.
Yeah.
see what's going on here.
What positions do you still have open?
I do have second, third, and then the bonus corner and middle slots. One outfield, one utility. I'm going to draft Johan Duran. Love his stuff.
Duran.
As my second closer. So
yeah, I need to look back at closer. I think I got the best closer off the board, but I still have 2 slots to fill there. So I'm gonna have some work to do.
Chris Bassett just went to Texas Chili Runs, starter for Toronto now.
That's right.
Former White Sox, former A. What do we got here? I've got one closer left, one starter left, one outfielder, one utility. Second,
it's pretty balanced.
Third, short, catcher. All right.
Proud of you.
Hey, thanks, man. I am back on the clock after Whit Merrifield went to Texas Chili Runs. Of course, he could have a bounce back season, I guess.
Think he might.
All right. He's still on the board. I have a utility slot. I'm going to use it for Ryan Mountcastle.
You got all 3 of those players you were considering.
Yes.
5 picks ago. That's pretty impressive.
Yes.
Your artificial intelligence is working. You call it HAL? What are you calling this thing?
He's calling me a champion.
Ivy.
I can't talk. Kel Relly went to, or was it Riley? No, Relly went. Seattle catcher went to $10 in a burrito.
Oh shit! I'm up.
You're up, dude. 29 seconds. Smitty is going through his list of cheats. What pick is he going to go with, folks? It is Verdugo. Hey, Boston
Alex
outfielder.
Verdugo.
Tyler Glass now out till May goes as a auto pick to Midtown Boomwhackers. That puts Cork Tugs back-to-back picks on the board.
I almost had my offense filled out. I'm missing an outfielder and a second catcher. So now
Justin Turner to Cork Tugs with his first pick. So start to get ready.
Smashed in face.
Andrew Benintendi with the second pick. Ty France to Midtown Boomwhackers. So you're back on the clock, Smitty.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I have to mention that just because it's just so freaking quick.
I turned off the sound effects on my draft here.
Good pick, Luis Garcia. In fact, just about any starter from the Houston
I kind of like Astros
pick.
starters. So
yeah, it's a safe pick. Oh, you know who's up at the plate right now? Your MVP pick, AL MVP picks at the plate. Yohan Moncada is at the plate now in the actual game.
He's been looking pretty good so far this year. Although he got thrown out at third the other night on a stupid.
So
I like
close.
it was a play of aggression as opposed to being boneheaded or asleep. So
Adam Duvall, outfielder for Boston this year, went to $10 in a burrito. And
there's a run on Red Sox.
Well, it is a run on Red Sox because here you go. My favorite seamstress. I'm going to take a run at him this year. Chris Sale. Is
MVP, your or my MVP, Yohan Moncada, just is circling the bases right now.
Yes, he just hit a home run. I think we know who I'm picking on the back end of this. I need a third baseman.
Is he still out there?
Yeah, he sure is.
Wow. That's an incredible draft.
Yeah, I know, right?
Crushed into the Crawford boxes.
Yeah. Yo-Yo's looking pretty good. The Sox overall, even though they lost 6-3 yesterday, it wasn't like one of those games where you just cringe at the loss.
I mean, your bullpen just imploded. That was the only problem. Everything else looked right.
Oh, we just had Reed Detmers, starter for Texas Chili Runs loves the Angels. And then he picked Houston pitcher Hunter Brown. Well, I think I already gave a foreshadow of who I'm going with. Yohan Moncada is my starting third baseman and MVP of the AL this year.
That's incredible. What round is this now? 19? 18?
19.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good to pick him up.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is 18.
Still, out of 23 rounds. That's a value pick right there.
Brady Singer just went to $10 in a burrito, starter for KC. I've got catcher, second, middle infielder, outfielder, and one closer left. So, or relief pitcher. Could be a hold specialist. They get us points. That's one of the better decisions we made a few years back. Jose Barrios to Smitty. And
filling up this starting roster.
Josh Young, Jung, Texas third baseman, to Joe's auto pick. So Cork Tugs back on the clock for the last pick of round 18. We have been doing this for 37 minutes. And we've got what, 4 rounds left?
Yeah, this is going to be a short podcast.
Wow, this is crazier than I thought it would be. But yeah, I get to see most of the Sox game now.
Yeah, Cubs just started. If the Cubs are indeed playing, the weather looked fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's getting a little lighter over here now, and the rain has stopped.
Okay, you're about 3 miles from Wrigley Field, so
yeah, we're a little, we're a little further west too, so I don't know if they're more affected by stuff coming.
We got players off the board.
We got Pete Fairbanks to Cork Tugs with his first pick. He is a relief pitcher for Tampa Bay. What am I up to next?
I still have a catcher slot to fill.
I do too.
Starting pitcher, 2 relievers. One outfield slot left to go.
All right. Danny Jansen, catcher, Toronto, to Cork Tugs, who I was kind of looking at. So boo. Paul Sewald to Joe. He's a relief pitcher from Seattle. And Jeffrey Springs, starter and relief pitcher.
I just took him because of that reason. With our new rule this year that you have to have 3 relievers and 6 starters. He's the top rated player in our league that's eligible for both positions. So I thought I'd try that. I don't know if there's an advantage there. I'm going to try and take advantage of that somehow, but
all right.
We'll see.
So I am Drew Rossman. Rasmussen went to $10 in a burrito. He's a starter for Tampa Bay. I'm on the clock. And even though he's injured right now, I am going to draft Jorge Polanco at second base.
Hip, hip. Jorge!
Crazy Eyes Killers. I love it. So he is my second baseman.
Is that your team name now?
No, it could be. Maybe it is. I'm trying to think of a good baseball-related one that's funny.
Smell the glove.
You've been Smell the Glove.
Canopic was also.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, come on, dude.
It's the best fantasy baseball team name ever.
All right. Tyler Anderson, starter from the Angels, of course, goes to Texas Chili Runs. He's just a AL West fan now because he's in Texas.
Yeah, there's a lot of West.
Wake up, Mr. West, Mr. West, Mr. West, Mr. West. No? All right.
No.
All right.
What slots are you missing on your roster?
One catcher, one middle infield slot, one outfielder, and one closer or reliever, I'll just say. Do you have a Oh, we just had a pick. Oscar Gonzalez, Cleveland outfielder. I believe he's a rookie, right? For the Texas Philly runs. Maybe he played towards the end of last season. He doesn't even have a picture. He has a gray box outline picture in my Magic
tends
software.
to mean a rookie, but
yes,
I don't want to assume.
I never assume. You know what that means.
Well, there's definitely going to be a run on backup catchers and relievers by the end of this draft, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm gonna with that in mind, I've been thinking about maybe doing catcher now before that happens. So I'll go with Homer Yasmani Grandal.
Ooh. That's what you do. The artificial intelligence didn't tell you to do that, did it?
Well, he was 70% of the artificial intelligence agreed if I was going to take a catcher, that's who I should take at this point.
All right. My artificial intelligence is telling me to draft Kendall Graveman right now.
Austin Hayes is off the board to $10 in burrito, outfielder for the Orioles. This is probably the most drafted Orioles ever in the last few years. They are an up and coming team, and people feel that way. They are saying Kendall Graveman, huh? Did you do it?
I did not. I went
Austin
with
Meadows.
my first Homer pick.
Oh,
Austin
God.
Meadows, outfielder, Detroit Tigers, hopefully has a massive bounce back season as he endured one of the strangest seasons I can imagine. He had double Achilles heel injuries at the same time. He had another injury before that. He had anxiety issues that took him away from the team for quite some time. I believe he is over all of that and will get back to his 25 plus home run production. He's very capable of, but
best of luck,
my fifth outfielder.
Oscar Colas, because of auto pick, went to Joe.
Colas looked a little overmatched last night in his major league debut, I thought.
He actually debuted the first night and
was he there? He didn't start.
Had a single in his
pinch hit.
First
okay,
major league at bat. Yeah,
I missed that.
Shut up. All right. Okay. Jorge Mateo to Cork Tugs, shortstop Baltimore. Logan Ohape, catcher Angels to Cork Tugs. Tyler Maley, starting pitcher for Minnesota this year. So it's back to you, Smitty.
Thank you. I'm going with Jose Leclerc.
Yes. If he was still around, I was going to probably pick him with my next pick. So now that has been decided for me.
That is my second of 3 relief pitchers.
All right. I've got to fill a middle infield slot, an outfield slot, and what the hell just happened? Garrett Whitlock just went off the board. Boston reliever / starter to $10 in a burrito. He must be approaching things similar to what you were thinking in having the double slot thought for
the double slot thought.
You double slot. Oh my God, who am I gonna pick? What do I got left?
Are you up?
I am up. I'm trying to decide here.
What do you have?
Middle infielder, outfielder, relief pitcher.
Got a lot of options there. What's Hal tell you?
He tells me
you just drafted somebody.
I did. It auto drafted someone for me. Jared Kalanick.
Why did it auto draft?
Because I ran out of time.
What happened there?
I started to hit the button and it didn't go.
No.
That's all right.
A couple more picks came off the board.
Yeah. Johan Heim, the catcher for Texas for Texas chili runs, of course.
Aha.
All right, I got a middle infield slot and a closer or relief pitcher to fill, so I'm not terribly concerned at this point now.
You know who's out there?
Yeah, I know. I think I'm going with them. At this point.
Oh my God.
What?
Did you do it?
Well, no, I'm waiting for Kanapik's second pick.
Oh.
Brandon Drury, third baseman, first baseman, second baseman, DH, went to Kanapik. Jeez. He's also an Angel. Jesus.
What was your pick?
I haven't picked yet.
Oh, I'm confused then.
Oh, wait. It just auto-picked for me. What the fuck?
I think you're missing something here. Are you having internet issues or what's going on?
No, it auto-picked for me because I didn't pick the last pick.
I think you need to go into your settings and take it off auto pick.
Well, I don't even want this fucking guy. All right. God damn it. Oh, disable auto pick. What the fuck? All right. Well, I ended up.
That's an amateur move right there. That happened to you twice.
Well,
Two
I'm trying
auto
to
picks.
Well, auto pick happened because I didn't pick in time, but fuck this draft.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
You had artificial intelligence working for you.
But it didn't. It just picked the stupid ESPN ranking twice.
I can't put Aroldis Chapman on my team. I just can't. I won't.
Christian Vasquez just went auto pick. Last two picks for Cork Tugs were Jorge Lopez, reliever, Minnesota, and as Waldo Cabrera, outfielder for the Yankees.
My final pick is just to make you pronounce it. You there?
Yeah, it is Martin Perez.
Not me.
Oh, Kikuchi?
Yes.
Is it Kikichi?
Kikichi.
Kikichi?
Something.
Okay. Martin Perez went to $10 in a burrito. Well, I'm gonna do this because I gotta make some fucking moves anyway because of this rookie mistake of auto draft.
This might be your worst draft ever.
And well, just not really, just towards the last couple, but I'm gonna take
Those could be the most important picks
Liam
of the draft.
Hendricks to stack on my roster for when he returns.
Is there any prognosis? I've heard it's good, all good positive signs, but there's no timetable at this point. Is there for Liam?
No, just that it's good and he didn't go on the 60-day DL, which
that was the big news. So you can put him on your IL.
Yeah.
What was the final pick of the draft? Mr. Irrelevant?
John Gray.
John Gray. Well, we are done in 49 minutes. The fastest draft in history.
New record. 49-minute draft. Of course, my auto pick in one of the rounds helped a little bit. We may have made it to 50 minutes if I had actually had to make a pick.
That's too great. Okay, now can we look at the standings to see who drafted the best already?
You want me to do my software analyzed draft? We'll see how bad.
Let's do both. Well, of course, yours is going to say you are winning.
No, probably not. No, I am. Perpetual Rebuild is the winner. We're tied at an 88.
Wow.
$10 in Burrito is 84. Cork Tugs and Midtown Boomwhackers tied at 81. And because a guy drafted a bunch of Rangers and Angels, he's 72. Wow. Which 72% chance of winning, I guess, is what that is.
So your artificial intelligence thinks I'm equally as intelligent.
Yes.
That's what I gathered out of this.
Yeah, well, I think I probably would be winning if I had my last two picks. Which I'll quickly make. I'm going to be down 2 fucking picks right to start really 3.
Can you pull up our actual league standings right now?
Does it still do that?
Well, we're in the season, so there's stats.
So
it should have calculated everybody. So
I didn't even think about that.
I just find it funny because we're 2 games in, 1 game in.
Yeah, let me do that right now. Somehow it won't let me go back to it from.
Yeah, you're struggling over there.
Well, it won't let
Something
me go.
happened in the
It
last
won't let
10
me.
minutes.
It won't let me go back from the draft board there.
Mm.
I am in first.
Wow.
So obviously this is done. It's been great, everybody.
Congrats.
Thanks for fucking showing up. But that's
What are the
it.
standings?
Hold on.
You don't have all. How would you know you're in first if you don't have the standings there?
Oh, because when you go to your team's page, it gives you like.
Go to the standings page is what I thought
I
you were
know,
doing.
Smitty.
How hard is this? My God.
All right. Just like the draft said, kind of. Sticky Stash is in first. Motor City Rebuilds in second.
Wow.
Tied with Texas Chili Runs, oddly. Cork Tugs is in fourth. $10 and Burrito fifth. And the Auto Pick Midtown Boomwhackers is in last.
Ouch.
Here's the spread. So I've got a 2.5 point lead on you and Canopic, 3.5 point lead on Cork Tugs, a 10.5 point lead on $10 and a Burrito, and a 13 point lead on Joe. So
we're getting a series of texts. You have your phone up there?
Are we?
Yeah.
Yes, I've got, let's see. I got an American League. Was fun, boys. Thanks, Ryan. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon. 49-minute draft. Crazy. Yeah. I mean, an American League logo. So exciting text coming in.
Well, thanks. I'm going to thank the gents here on our text chain.
You go ahead and thank them. I'm not.
Well, that is the conclusion of the 20th Major League A-Holes. Actually, this was American League Assholes draft is what we called it this season. That was fun. That was ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I like the 60 seconds. I don't think we need to bump it back up to 2 minutes, except you might want to address that at the end of your draft. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to look back at my roster. I feel like it's pretty balanced. I like that your artificial intelligence thinks that I am equally as intelligent with my draft, and our actual standings reflect that after one day, which is hilarious. So
yes, so I gotta make some few moves here.
Yep. Well, we gotta watch some baseball. We've got the White Sox. We've got the Cubs. I think the Cubs are playing. I don't think we confirmed that quite yet, but
I have not.
My Tigers are coming up at 4:00 Eastern time.
Cubs are top of the third. Just so
perfect. You know. I'm going to tune into that. My Tigers have not scored a run this season yet. Hopefully, they can remedy that this afternoon.
Sox are losing 2-1 at the moment. Tim Anderson, my guy, Tim Anderson at the plate with the runner on first, no outs, and a 3-0 count. Okay. Tim Anderson has already walked twice. This is.
Well, thank you for tuning in.
He's already walked twice in 2 games. Isn't that a record?
We appreciate all you fellow fantasy dorks for listening. This is always fun for us. Probably more fun for us than anyone else, but you're awesome if you've made it this far. Pete is already checked out. So
what are you talking?
This I'll post as a bonus podcast on both feeds for Major League A-Holes in the Hole as well as Sox Type Thing. You can find both those podcasts anywhere you'd like to find a podcast. You can find us on social media, especially Twitter, at Major League A-Holes, and Pete over there is at Sox Type Thing. We're on YouTube, all that shit. You can find our website where we chronicle all of our baseball thoughts for the last 10 years. In written or video form. You can find that at MajorLeagueAholes.com or SoxTypeThing.com. You can get our merchandise at aesthetics.shop, ASSTHETICS.shop. And I think with that, we can declare this podcast is over. Peace.
Wordhole Media.